This is the Aftermarket Radio Network. It's your weekly blitz with Chris, keeping you in the game.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Coach Chris Cotton here from AutoFix Auto Shop Coaching. I'm your auto repair shop coach. My goal is to help you, the independent auto repair shop owner, make your dreams come true. We do that by opening your mind to things you didn't know, and by getting you out from under your business and putting you in charge of your future and your family's future. My goal is for you to stop having a hobby and start having a business you're proud of and can take time away from. First and foremost, I want to thank AutoLeap. Without their continued support, this podcast would not be available free to you. If you're in the market for a great shop management system, please see the show notes for a demo link. As you get into today's episode, you may know someone in your network who could benefit from the topic. So please take time to share personally or through your social network. As always, if you have an idea for a show topic or want to talk, feel free to get with me, Chris at AutoFixSOS.com. During today's episode number 98, I want to be talking about value versus perception, not being the smartest person in the room, and being uncomfortable. So, Chris, okay, the Admirals Club, as per usual, what the heck are you talking about? This past weekend, we went to Texas to see Piper, who's our daughter, if you don't know, or if this is your first-time listener. She goes to school in San Marcos, Texas, so we flew into Austin and then had to come back through Austin, DFW, to get back home. We get to Austin, no notification. We go through the security checkpoint, and we're standing there. I'm standing underneath the screen, putting my shoes on, putting myself back together from being tussled by the TSA, getting ready to go get some coffee and breakfast and whatever. Kim looks up at the board and she says, our flight's been canceled. I'm like, that can't be because I got no notification. Sure enough, flight's canceled. I go down to another gate, find a gate attendant there. And I'm like, hey, this is our flight and it's been canceled. And she looked at me and she's like, we haven't had any cancellations today. And so she didn't even know about it. Luckily for us, this wonderful lady at American Airlines was able to take care of us. I would have written her great reviews and glowing reviews and called her out by name, but guess what? No name badge. Drives me nuts. I want to call out somebody and give them a great attaboy, attagirl, and she had no name tag on. So first of all, if you're a shop owner, make sure that your people either have their names on their shirts or name tags. We want to get through the communication and make sure that we're able to recognize people for what's going on. She's like, okay, there's a plane boarding now. And I'm like, great. I'm going to try to get you on this plane and we'll get you to Dallas. So she gets us on. We sprint 7-8 gates down and boom, on the plane with no breakfast, no coffee, and no bathroom break either. So luckily it's a short flight from there to Dallas. But as we're rolling on, Kimberly usually gets stressed out in these situations. And so how do I help her out? What can I do to make this situation more comfortable for her, which in turn makes it more comfortable for me? We're taxiing out to the runway and I'm like, hey, I'll get a day pass to the Admirals Club and we'll go hang out in there. Just check it out. I've never been in there before. It's not something that typically I would pay for. I'm fine sitting out in public doing those types of things. In this one instance, in this one circumstance, we'll do this for her. So as we're taking off, I'm finishing it up. Boom, hit paid. We get there. I tell her, hey, I got something special. And because we're looking at like a 5-hour layover in Dallas. And we go up to the Admirals Club. We get in, which is a side note. If you don't know, in the Admirals Club, the people up front at the counter that check you in, they're also gate agents and gate attendants. If you need to make a plane change or something happens, you can do that right there. And if you have access to that, I highly encourage it, or can get it. That way you don't have to stand out in a line of 500. You just go in there, walk right up, boom, they get your stuff handled. So we walk in and it's like, I talk about value versus perception. You don't miss what you haven't experienced. And I will tell you, this experience was on a whole nother level. It's like somebody opened the gates and boom, we're sitting there, comfortable chairs, food, drinks. They got a bar in the back, TVs, charging stations, 3 conference rooms that you could just sign up for and get if you wanted to. You keep going around past the conference rooms and there's 12 cubicles, which shocked me. They're all busy. They were all in use, people all back there working. Over by the bathrooms, there's a shower or showers if you need to take a shower and change clothes. It was just amazing. AutoLeap is a cloud-based all-in-one auto repair software that helps to keep complete track of your business, from scheduling appointments to managing technicians to generating invoices. Supercharge your growth with AutoLeap. Customers that fully adopt AutoLeap see the following benefits in their first year: 30% revenue growth, with top customers seeing over 100% growth, 75% decrease in no-shows, allowing you to service more customers, 3 times increase in positive Google reviews, leading to stronger online presence, 50% time saved on administrative tasks, driving increase in operational efficiency. Do it all with AutoLeap. Key features and functions include estimates, invoices, scheduling, Google reviews, inspections, communication, QuickBooks, reporting. Get in touch with AutoLeap to see how you can transform your auto repair shop. For a limited time, if you schedule a demo, sign up with AutoLeap and they will waive the $250 implementation fee. I also want you to think as a shop owner about the type of experience your people are having as they come into your shop. Are they getting wowed? Is the value versus perception there? While we're there, I did a little bit of work, not too much. Kimberly settled in. She relaxed. She's got her earphones in. She goes up and they had it's kind of like those little cereal dispensers in a hotel, but one had M&Ms in it, and then they had Chex Mix on one side and then a Buffalo Snack Mix on the other. So, all of that's included in your price and everything. But as we're sitting there, I'm listening to conversations that I'm hearing around me. And these are next level conversations, people. There were people that worked in the defense industry that were talking about China, Russia, people south of the border. There were people from other industries talking about things. There were people that worked in the airline industry that were talking about the delays and what were happening and all of that stuff. Conversations I was hearing, this was a whole other level, something that I've never experienced. And I've never been in a room or a group of people like this in my life, I don't think. And for just about a second, I felt like I didn't belong. But then I'm like, you know what, Chris, if you're trying to push your business forward, if you're trying to do things, and if you're trying to get better and be better, then you have to feel like you don't belong, because you have to push yourself into territory you've never been in before. And there were people there that were just traveling and they're hanging out. They also had lunch, which was a fabulous looking lunch. But there were people that were actually staying the night in the lounge because their planes got canceled and everything else, which I've been stuck in some airports before where it was pretty miserable. And if I'd have been in the Admirals Club, it would have made it a whole lot better. So back to feeling like you don't belong. So again, it's okay to feel like you don't belong, but just for a minute. I want you to think about the group of people you're in and the people that you've surrounded yourself with. If you're the top dog, if you're the number one in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to find another room and be uncomfortable. You need to be the sled dog with the worst view. You don't need to be the number one sled dog in the team all the time. And it really got me thinking about what kind of other groups I could get into that would put me in an uncomfortable spot or make me feel like I didn't belong there. I'm famous for it. I walk into a room like I own the place until somebody tells me different. Kimberly and Piper are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to do this until somebody tells me no." But I need you to get out of your comfort level. I need you to find a superior room, get in that room, conquer the room, be the top dog in the room, and then get another room and keep moving on. Kimberly and I, when we left, we're walking down the concourse to our gate and we're talking about the experience that we had in there. And we both left and we're just like, oh my gosh, I feel more relaxed now than I've ever felt in the airport before. Kimberly's like, yeah, me too. She goes, it's strange. She goes, the chairs are great. They're not that more comfortable. Everything else was great. But she goes, I feel relaxed. I feel better. And later she was like, hey, thank you for doing that for me. Thank you for going in there. But honestly, I did it for her originally, but it was pretty good for the both of us. Again, amazing experience. I want you to carry those experiences or think about your clients and what you can do for your clients so that they feel overwhelmed, or not overwhelmed. Maybe they feel zen after the experience and they're comfortable. It was stress-free. You took care of every issue, every detail. But I also want you to think about your peer groups and who you're with. I want you to get uncomfortable. I want you to move to the next level. I want you to find a room where you're not the top dog. And really, I want you to reach down. I want you to hike up your boots and I want you to get in there. Okay. This has been Coach Chris Cotton from AutoFix Auto Shop Coaching, reminding you it never always gets worse, but sometimes it has to get worse to get better. Remember, don't stop working today because tomorrow needs you. Please feel free to reach out to me, Chris at AutoFixSOS.com, or give me a call, 940-400-1008. Have a great day, everybody, and remember to rise and grind.
You've been listening to the Weekly Blitz with Coach Chris Cotton on the AftermarketRadioNetwork.com. Follow Chris on your favorite podcast listening app. Let him know what you'd like him to cover. His email is in the show notes. Chris is all for advancing the aftermarket.